I've been waiting for this moment for a while. I would say good evening, but it's past midnight, so I say good morning to you. And I'll remind you, I'll be the bringer of bad news. Tomorrow's Monday, today's Monday, and soon you'll be leaving this muddy wonderfulness in a state of inebriation. I would like to give you a genuine warning. If you're leaving soon, and I'll be so boring, you will leave soon. But if you're leaving soon, there are cops at the gate, and there's a lot of them. And I believe it's about drugs and alcohol on the breath. They have a sniffer dog. It's no joke. So if someone is driving a little less than above board and on the level, please get your friend to drive, because cops in Germany are like cops anywhere else. They're not kidding. So let me explain something to you. My name is Henry Rollins, and I'm here without a band. I've been doing talking shows, just me with a microphone and what's left of this, since the year of 1983 when I was 22. And the reason I do these shows is because it's a way to escape being trapped by a lyric and a chorus and a verse and getting to say things between songs and annoying the bass player. And several years ago, I woke up one morning in bed and I sat up with one of the clearest thoughts I've ever had in my life. And that thought was, Henry, you are done with music. You're done. And so I took a while to debate myself to see if I could disabuse myself of what I thought might be this ridiculous notion that after 20 some years of doing music till I could taste blood in my mouth, that I would somehow be done. And after quite a while of debating it, I calmly concluded that I was done. And here's the reason why I was done doing music, not because I don't love doing it, is because I had no more lyrics. The tube of toothpaste had come to an end. There was no more. And so I was faced with a choice. Either I go out and I sing old songs, which I'm into, but it's fighting old battles. It's being not a warrior, but a war reenactor. You're already playing pre-approved material. You do not risk yourself artistically. And so that was my choice. Either I do that and make it 99% real. It's the 1% that I couldn't stand. So you can't lie up here. You can't lie up here. You can, but everyone will see it. Is either that or I quit. And so to keep it real, I quit. And it was like tearing organs out of my guts. It hurt. But I did it in an effort to be honest with you, with me, and with whatever my future would hold. And so I called my manager. I said, hey, boss, I'm out of music. And he freaked out. He said, can we talk about this? I said, no. And that's that. And so since then, for many years, I travel all over the world, usually by myself with a backpack and a camera. And I try and understand what our problem is. Humans, Homo sapiens, you and me. What makes us tick? Because I'm interested, because I look at my country. Let's look at my country for a second. Please don't, but let's do. All of you are too smart to wonder why a blabbermouth idiot like Donald Trump gets so much traction. You understand why. And for those of you who might be falling asleep on your feet, I'll remind you why someone like Donald Trump gets so much traction in America. It's because for at least the last 30 some years, there's been a conscious effort to dumb down Americans and to make them ready for battlefields and ready for prisons. So they can buy things, overeat, eat bad food, take too many drugs, be infinitely arrestable, and get ready for the next fake war they can be scared into because they can't find Iraq or Yemen or anywhere else on a map. They can't even find freaking Arkansas on a map. And so ever since I was a young boy and I saw cops act badly, I realized that all government systems are flawed and all systems of law enforcement are flawed. And I learned very early on, the only people that I would ever trust, and this holds true to this moment, I'm 55 and a half years old, and this holds true to this moment, to when Carter was president back in America, that American democracy, your democracy, the delivery systems are flawed. And I vote to keep me from not being too angry so I don't burn the place to the ground. That's what I want to do, but instead, I just vote. They're lucky, I just vote. But your system's screwed, my system is screwed. When Donald Trump says, we'll build a wall, we'll do this, we'll do that, only morons listen to this and go, that's my man. And so am I saying that my country is half full of morons? That's a mean thing to say. It also happens to be true. The only reason I'm telling you this is, your country's amazing, you're amazing. Don't fall for it, because what happened to America can happen here. Because you're just people, you get enough bad information, and that's why I reject elitism, I reject ignorance, and I reject stupidity. You are too smart to be stupid. So don't start now, don't start tonight, and don't start during my set. I don't need the aggravation. And so, like I said, I've been trying to figure out what makes us tick. And I've been to almost 100 countries in all 7 continents. And I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just saying I put a lot of work into understanding the human condition in war-torn situations in North Korea, in Iraq, in Afghanistan, in Pakistan, these places that I've been to. And the thing that I find over and over again, the people are fine. People are great. Their governments are awful. Like in Tibet, the Tibetan people, the ones I met in Lhasa, were some of those beautiful humans I've ever met. Beautiful physically, beautiful mentally, exquisite human beings, gorgeous. When you look at what the Chinese are doing to these people, you'd pull your hair out in anger if you understood fully what's happening. And with this audience, I bet you do understand. And I bet it does make you angry. The point I'm making is this. I don't listen to governments. I fear all cops. The only people I take my orders from, the only people that impress me are those I meet in the world of music. And that would be musicians and the audience. You, I trust, which is a big thing to say, but I trust you to give me the truth. If my show sucks, you'll tell me, and I'll believe it. I won't like that truth, but I'll believe it. And so I wanted to read you this one thing. I walked on stage with a notebook. You might have noticed that. Usually I never use notes. I just rely on what's in here, what's left of it. I got an email from a woman late last year who beautifully encapsulated the human condition. And to be succinct, I have concluded that the human condition is this. We are simultaneously too high functioning and too low functioning for our own good. We think if Bill and Tom get married, the sky will fill with locusts and the devil will eat us all. Yet we walk around with a computer in our pocket. That kind of cognitive dissonance is what makes humans tick. We're smart and stupid at the same time. We're at the top of the food chain intellectually, yet we can tap into our primordial urges to screw, to kill, and to escape that fast. It goes from good to awful in so many human situations, and good people get killed for nothing. But anyway, I got this email from a woman. I want to read you. It'll take 30 seconds, and I'll never read you anything again because it's boring. So here's this thing. And I'm not making fun of this woman. I'm not. It sounds like I am, but I'm not. She's amazing. She nailed it. So this is what she wrote to me. And I think she thinks in her mind she had written me before. So she said this. Hi, Henry. I forgot to mention God's spaceships and Jesus' return in thousands of them during my lifetime to beam all who are ready then. Yes, there is a way out of this hellhole called planet Earth, and it is not so far away. Check out Psalm 68:17. He went, so he will come back again. Merry Christmas. I'm on Facebook. Now, in one intellectual exhalation, in one cranial toke off the intellectual bong, this woman has taken in God, a Judeo-Christian holiday, Christmas, alien abduction, and the bleeding edge of social networking in one ha. And so she can dig Jesus Christ, flying saucers, and Facebook. That's what I'm talking about. And so the point I'm trying to make is this. Everything in your life, do not tell me about how your parents sucked and you are the way you are. Everything you do is a decision. And with you, you are too smart to fall for it. So don't tell me about my dad was a racist and so I'm a racist. You make up your own damn mind every single day, just like you're standing here taking this verbal beating from a 55-year-old gray-haired man whose knees hurt every day. So it's nothing but decisions. And so here's the decision I made a long time ago. That I stay in the world of music because I believe it. And a long time ago, I was born in 1961, in Washington, D.C., in the capital of the United States of America, in the thick of racism. And I went to a school where there's 5 white kids and a lot of black kids. And I didn't understand what racism was until black kids came up to me and called me a cracker. They called me a Bama, which I still don't know to this day what that is. They pushed me downstairs. They threw me into the urinal. They bashed my head into the water fountain. It was frickin' terrifying. Before school, I'd be so scared my nose would run. I'd piss my pants. I'm not a tough guy. And so you want to scare me, it's easy to do. And when you have like 5 kids surrounding you, putting their fists in your face, trying to hit you, trust me, I got scared. And also on the anti-spaz medicine my mom put me on, life was really confusing. So I was speeding and terrified at the same time. So my mom would say, why are you on the ceiling dripping urine from your short pants? I was like, I'm scared of school. I'm scared of kids my own age. And then my mom started playing music. We would go to the record store 3 days a week. My mom had pitch perfect taste in music. We listened to Chopin, Stravinsky, Bartok, The Doors, Dylan. It was fantastic. And I liked records more than I liked my parents because they were terrifying. I liked records more than the kids at school because they were terrifying. And I realized I was going to be someone who lived mainly on his own, listening to music as often as I could. And by the time I was about 10, my mom had a boyfriend or somebody. I don't know what, it was told to me it was an uncle, but she doesn't have any brothers. And I went to this uncle's house, and my mom said, Uncle Leo's friends, kids, will play with you. And so go run and play with them. They're older than me. I'm small and spastic, and they're older and they look evil. So I'm like, okay, this will be fun. And so they said, hey, Henry, drink this. They give me a warm can of beer. And I'm a go along, get along kind of guy, so I drink the beer. I'm a little boy this big, so I got drunk immediately. So I said, now what do we do? They said, we're gonna go out shopping. I'm like, shopping's nice. And so we went into store after store and I watched them shoplift. They were like stuffing things into their jackets, and then they're stuffing things into my jacket. And so I'm now part of the shoplifting team. We shoplifted, or they shoplifted, for hours. And we finally ended the shoplifting spree by going into a local auditorium that had a basketball game. And the guy went through all these seats, climbed up a wall, and stole the American flag off the pole in front of hundreds of people. And we rolled that up, shoved it in his jacket. And we run back to this basement of Uncle Leo's with all of our stolen stuff, none of it usable. It's just, like pencils, just nothing fun. And they put on a record. And I heard for the first time the Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin. And so the equation I made was shoplifting, drunkenness, rock and roll. This is an alternate lifestyle choice. I'll go for at least one of the three. Not interested in the alcohol, not interested in shoplifting, but the Led Zeppelin record worked really well. And that's when I realized that I was going to be a music person. So many years later, me and my best friend Ian Mackay, who you know from the band Fugazi, me and